This is for my beautiful Coven. Welcome, welcome. I could not thank you enough for being part of this community. I really appreciate y'all so much. So we had some beautiful cards come up, a little mix of major arcana, minor arcana, understanding that there is a lot of beauty in patience and understanding what it is that we need to focus on so that we're not taking these heightened energies and heightening them even more. So I kind of gave a bit of an analogy in the last video about feeling like we downed way too many shots of espresso. You don't want to say like, oh, I've already had 3 coffees and then add another one into the mix, right? So already the surrounding energies are high enough, and I feel like it might poke and prod some of us a little bit more than we feel like we need to. Some of y'all will be tested. Some of y'all will be tested a little bit, and if you just take that and you understand that testing will not feel so detrimental or so heavy or so targeted to you, and you'll feel like you have a little bit more armor in order to get through it, okay? So I picked some soul journey cards. This is what's going to help us hone in even deeper to what the first initial reading gave us. So the first card I have is imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Okay, so tempering, going back to the temperance card that came up in the first reading, tempering all of this fire, all of this action-oriented energy that we feel like we need coming with Aries season, and then that dial of the eclipse, just amplifying it. Temper some of that fiery energy with imagination. Allow yourself to sit back and lean into the power of visualization. This is one of the biggest tools that you can put in your toolkit when manifesting. It's one thing to say affirmations and I ams. It's one thing to put out into the universe exactly what it is that you want. And it's a whole other ball game to add that third and extra layer of imagining yourself walking into certain spaces, living in certain places, imagining yourself embodying a new professional role, leading a community, leading a workshop, coaching. There are so many things that we could be manifesting. This is a reading for the collective. It is wildly abundant what it is that we could be manifesting as a collective, and I want us to start leaning into the power of imagination. This is what's really going to give you that edge and that extra spice. Okay, always going back to the food energy. You're not going to just, take a beautiful meal and make it flavorless. It can look beautiful, it can smell beautiful, but once we put it in our mouth, it's missing a little bit of that flav. It's missing a little bit of that spunk, a little bit of that deliciousness. It's what sets that dish apart from any other place that would make that dish. That's your imagination. That's using the power of visualization to add this extra edge, to add this extra oomph, okay? I don't want y'all sleeping on your imagination. This is, instead of looking at your phone, that's one of the things that Shani says in order to help us through the eclipse season, and especially with the double Aries new moon energy, is to stop looking at your phone at least an hour before you go to bed. Make this your TikTok scrolling or your IG reel scrolling. Make your imagination be one reel or TikTok after the next of just fiery abundance, finding yourself in the most amazing places, speaking from a place that makes you feel good, hanging out with people that bring out the best in you, the ones that fill up your cup and don't deplete from you, okay? This is what you're going to be doing, imagining people, situations, and scenarios that make you feel like the person you want to feel like. That edge is going to give you that oomph, okay? Second up, gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents, okay? It is hard for the universe to continue to give things to you to level you up if you're not even finding gratitude, appreciation, and giving thanks for what it is that you do have. The universe will say, well, I gave her that thing and she has all this other stuff and it doesn't even seem like she cares about it. So let's wait until she cares about it to giving her more stuff or them more stuff. Why would we give them more stuff if the things that they have don't even please them, right? So the energy with manifestation and with working with the universe is like attracts like. So if you're showing that you're super grateful for the things that you have, the universe is going to be like, fuck yeah, let's give them more of this so that they can continue to feel that gratitude. If you're just feeling, oh, woe is me, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't have this, I'm lacking in that, the universe is going to look at it and say, okay, well, let's just wait until she figures out the blessings, or wait until they figure out that they have these blessings around them that they're not really paying attention to. And once they can maybe pay attention to that, will we give them more? Why would we give them more blessings and abundance to distract them when they're not even finding that understanding and that gratitude of the blessings that they currently have? Last of this batch of cards, because I am going to pick one more from another deck. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Okay, so at the baseline, I feel like this one might have come up recently, maybe on the last reading. But if it did, this is just that extra reminder that at the baseline, if you are operating from a place of love, you are successful. Success is not a number in your bank account. It is not how many clients you have. It is not how many tips you received. It is not how many jobs, companies, buildings you own. Success is not measured by a dollar sign or by things in the physical. It all starts in the energetic, and it starts from the vibration of love. So if you are operating from a place where your goal is always to be of love, of vibrating at that frequency, then the money will come, the clients will come, the buildings will come, the positions in the company will come. But it has to be coming from a place of love for yourself. If you are burnt out, if you are completely depleted, if you are running on fumes and you are looking to get a promotion, or you're looking to buy another building, or you're looking to amass more clients, and your energy is, your tank is on empty, that is operating out of a wildly unbalanced place of self-love. You should not be putting more on your plate if you already are depleted. And so that is not a signifier of success. If you are completely burnt out, if you are incapable of communicating with the people that you love effectively, if you are incapable of making plans and following through with them, if you are incapable of doing activities that you love in the guise of success because you're too busy, because you're working towards something, you're not operating out of love. You're not operating out of love for yourself or for those around you. Those around you will be worried about you. Those around you will miss you. Those around you will want to make sure that the best is happening for you. And if they can see your candle slowly, the fire slowly starting to get a little bit less exciting, less dim, your light is no longer shining in the way that it used to, this is not a signifier of success. It is a signifier that you are operating out of love for yourself, and also out of love and respect for the people around you. So also ask yourself, maybe, what does success mean to me? What does success look like? And if it's only monetary, if it is only title-based, if it is only materials-based, I think it would be a very beautiful time during this new moon and this eclipse, when we need to kind of slow down a little bit and reassess, and also allow the rebirth process to culminate and to reach its completion. Maybe it's a nice idea to see where that lands. What does success mean to you? What does it look like to you? And if it doesn't include feelings, if it doesn't include energy, if it doesn't include loved ones and people around you, it might be a good time to reassess. Ooh. We have union. Well then, community. I also heard union with the self. So I'm coming back to this idea of self-love, okay? Make a commitment to yourself. If it's very, very easy for you to follow through with commitments to others, this is something that I'm definitely guilty of. Very, very easy for me to show up to work. Very, very easy for me to show up to shifts where I am scheduled, for classes that I need to teach. Very, very easy for me to do that. When it comes to promises that I make to myself, oh, I'd like to get this done. Oh, I'd like to work out. Oh, I'd like to eat better. It's easier for me to say no to myself. So when you create this really unshakable bond and union with self, which I think that came up because this figure in this card is solo. And so there's this understanding of union with oneself, and really operating from a place that makes us feel good, makes us understand what we need on a way deeper scale, so that we can show up in the world as exactly who it is that we are, sitting in our knowing of what it is that we need, what it is that we want, and how we plan to get there and how we plan to get those things. If you create that unshakable union with yourself, you will know how to show up. It won't be a question of, is this weird? Is this too much? Do I feel off? It's not a thing. It's not a thing, because no matter how it is that you show up, you know that you're doing it in full honor and reverence of yourself and for yourself. Then extending and expanding on that idea of union and bringing it into that community. So again, we're going all the way back to the first card of Temperance, understanding where the ego needs its place, where it needs to stand, but making sure that it doesn't overshadow and overtake everything, that we completely forget about those around us, that the community around us and the people around us that need us, not only to be a good version of ourselves, but also to help one another to rise up in the way that we need to. So if there's any takeaway, it's a lot of balance and a lot of connection to self, so that we can connect to others and really start to converge together as a community to make this world that we're living in a more harmonious place, a more compassionate place, a place that understands and loves one another. And so I think that's a beautiful place to end, everyone. A reminder to be gentle with yourself so that you can be gentle with others. Just keep showing love, operate from that place of understanding. And I'll see you at the next full moon. All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all of that delicious stuff. And I'll see you soon. All right. Much love. Mwah.